Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Ireland Esports Collegiate Series. We're back with some Counter-Strike 2 Wednesday edition of it, and I am Kurt, and joining with me is Alex today. How we doing? We're maybe a tiny bit delayed. I think the match just started at 20 past.
The shortest day one delay we've ever had.
Yeah, no, the Monday's edition had 0 delays. Yesterday was probably perfect. I wasn't there, so probably went really well. But we're here. We're on our first game of Counter-Strike 2 this season. We are getting UCC Netsoc Rebels versus DCU Double Scoped. I'm just really excited to see, because we're getting some banger games going. We're back to it. I think I'm off of some of the hype of watching a Spirit Vitality final over the weekend, which slapped. And
will this be better?
I'm imagining this will be the same caliber.
Unironically, I think this is going to be a great game.
I do think this will be a really good game.
These teams were playing really hot, and either team could win, which is a great way to have things in a game of two teams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think both of them are really, really well matched up, and that's partially why I was thinking this match would be a really good one. We are going to be starting our first match here on Inferno. It is a best of 2. We start on Inferno, and then we will be moving over to Mirage. We're going to see exactly where this starts off already. Just straight into the action. We had our delays, but jumping right on into it. Going to be fairly basic going on for now. Just sitting back, playing heavy default towards Banana.
It's all over the map from both teams. But DCU aren't looking for any information here. They're happy to let UCC come to them.
It's actually just taking a bit of control of Banana, forcing out some of this util towards B. And that's exactly what. But oh, nice. Just opening it up. Just clears out any of their power. And now 1 minute on the clock. They have control of, I was going to say apartments, but that is quickly removed. Slush gets a kill, and they're going to fight for more as well, keeping it alive, just putting the pressure on. And it looks like it's just going to be a slaughter right now, as we see Aiden and Slush just duel through mid and second mid.
Oh, they get one back. Uber 2002 could bring it. No, he doesn't. He could not bring it back.
He could not. Almost. Not quite. But that was a very slow kind of methodical attempt, and then just you get picked off over and over and over again. So UCC just could not find anything there. DCU take it first, win out the round, and get themselves onto the second round bye. Get a lot of utility, which is going to be, I think, the huge key point here, especially towards B. Just holding down as much as they can. Maybe go for the bomb plant here if you are this side of UCC. Try to use some pistols, maybe take some heads. Go for an apartment waterfall. It looks like it could be.
Yeah, and there's only one man here. Just that MP9. Aiden's under pressure, but that's one.
Yeah, and the backup is here. We see Slush coming around from Moto with that FAMAS. Recently buffed enough, so better it is. Ooh. But pistols are doing work. A Glock takes out one. A second one on the cards as well. This is so much more expensive and so much more pricey than it really should have been. I think there was 2 Tech 9s and a P250 invested, and UCC still get 3. So, might not be a round, but that is a huge amount of damage to do to the CTs.
Yeah, I mean, they were unlikely to get the bomb down there, but that's second best thing. 3 kills, great damage to the CT economy. They've got, there's an MP9 and a FAMAS.
Yeah, you're forcing it all, and also just everyone has to expend everything here. Only a couple of players are not able to do it. Oh, we are going to see a lot of fighting going on over towards Banana. I think a lot of bullets being traded. And that's already a one-man advantage here. That's quickly traded back. So 4v4, but all their control is concentrated towards top Banana, and I think their positions are at the very least known because second mid control is on the cards, and they're pushing that even further. Low util as well is going to mean this is going to not be an easy take.
Yeah, they've cleared out mid now. Probably At least a 3v4 on this site. They're making their way up. Here, one of the players, but now in comes the support, spamming through the smoke to catch one.
Going for the jump
Slush.
throw. Slush, it does get taken out here. I think they toss it over to get the default plant. So it's a 3 versus 2 now. Good position to be in for the start of UCC. Getting good post plant spots, holding towards the banana. They know they took out the flank player, so unless one's coming for a second wave, it's not going to happen. Doubling up, they're going to try to fight it out, but no utility, no info, playing it safe here. UCC should have this in the bag unless some theatrics come through, but no. Kaizi and Togatron, they both pick up a piece, and UCC get on the board, and off the back of the initial the round 2 damage into that round win, there's practically no cash on anyone except for EJR, so it's looking like they should be able to even it up easy enough.
Yeah, no buy coming into the 4th round here. 5
Yeah,
AKs against 5 USPs. Sorry, 3 USPs and 2 Deagles.
Yeah, late investment.
Oh, they're going for the Astralis stack. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, go for something here. Try to make a game plan going. Even if you take a head or 2. Yeah, that's the thing about the Astralis stack is unless they're really doing their slow and steady clearing out their angles, you are definitely going to get one there.
Then the issue is, unless they're throwing bodies at that B site, you're only ever going to get one there.
Yeah, this AK though, if you're able to save it, could be really nice to go forward here, especially because EJ has armor. Go for some exit frags maybe if they try to push towards you, but for now this should just be a UCC round through and through, and I don't know if you're going to go for it here or if you're just going to try to deal some damage, try to keep the T economy a little bit straight, keep it a little bit honest.
I think it's late enough now that they're unlikely to go first, but they're dropping like flies here.
Yeah, if you just keep them around. I mean, if they delayed a little bit longer, maybe they could have got the bomb to blow up everyone, but that round is through and through UCC. I don't think there was really a doubt. It was just if someone was going to die to the stack, and they do. And UCC are going to actually call themselves a timeout, but it is a tech, so it'll delay, I think. Should just be, hopefully, a moment here. But for now, this is really the round where it's going to come up to a lot of blows here as the money is evened out a bit. The CTs still aren't in the best of spots here. Having to opt for maybe a little bit less utility or some lesser weaponry or anything like that. We see Crisp is currently holding on to the Scout, so maybe not exactly what you want here, especially against full AKs, full utility.
Believe me, that Scout can click heads.
It definitely can. If
lives up to his name every game.
Yeah, the name is true.
Okay,
now it's just...
he's 0-3, but he does live up to it eventually.
He hasn't had a Scout yet, though.
I think he did. I think he might have had a Scout in round 3.
round two or 3, yeah, might have been.
Yeah, he didn't do anything with it. Actually, he got a tag on long for 70 HP, which is good enough. That's his job.
Yeah, that's all that matters. But for now, just going into this 5th round, and it is going to be a difficult one. We're going to have to see, I think, a little bit of kind of initiative needs to be taken over towards the side of DCU. Because you don't have that utility, because you can't fight for it, you're going to have to... Your aim needs to do a lot more of the heavy lifting. Especially early when, if you fight for banana control like they did, they're already down a good few nades.
Yeah, and they just have to give it up then. They throw their nades, give it up. Minute and a half on the clock and they have no banana control. That smoke atop banana, it'll keep them at bay for 20 seconds, but it won't win them the round. They need... I told you, man. He clicks heads. He interrupted me to click heads. It's the way it is.
Yeah.
No, this man is legitimately insane.
Like, that's completely fair.
I cannot tell you how many kills I fed that Scout last semester. He just... It's unbelievable.
Oh. But Yeah, and now that's actually really slowed everything down now. The T's just got completely blocked off.
Look at Slush.
They're just having to sit back.
Surely they don't call out this angle.
There's also the op that's still alive.
Yeah, they just keep smoking them off. That is their last smoke, so... Slush? Just run straight at them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Nearly
they're on a big timer. Aiden is basically the linchpin that needs to stay alive here. Just needs to stop the bomb plant here. And they're not actually checking this fully. And even if they do, they're going to put themselves on a worse timer. 6, 5, 4. I think that just cuts down the time enough. They don't need to keep fighting. They just need to stay alive here.
Time.
And they're even going to... I don't even think they did. I think they just killed everyone. They kept fighting. I think... Yeah,
I think Kai's died after time.
Yeah, or was it a 1400 loss bonus?
Or was it 14? It was 1400 loss bonus.
Yeah. So
this is why you're the expert.
Still, though, they won the round. It is costly, but the round is taken over towards the side of DCU. So they get themselves a nice bit of util. They get themselves 3 MP9s. So you know they're investing nicely here, and it's gonna be up against a very kind of middling buy here. There is an AK in the mix and a Mac 10, but the rest are just the pistols here. But they could do some work.
What I'm really worried about here is if they lose this round, we're going to have no money. Both teams are going to have no money. That AK it seems like
that
a
Mac 10 investment.
Yeah, even Mac 10.
Like if they lose this, he'll have 2300.
One team just needs to win 2 in a row.
Yeah.
So it's
the real CS2 game is the economy game, boys.
It is. It's these force buy wars. You see them pretty much every game. Like even in Vitality Spirit, I feel like Map 1 force buys went on for pretty much the entire first half.
Yeah, the way the game currently is. But right now, it's MP9s that are doing some work, but back... They're going to take it. Togatron and Fnatic just pushing them in, pushing off lots of these angles, trying to take some more, but Slush in a great spot with it. Crisp also taken out. They clear up some of these kills. Slush with a 3k, really nice to see.
Loads of money.
And now, as you said, they made a lot of cash there off the back of those kills. They upgraded a couple, or one of the rifles into an AK. And now they put UCC onto a huge back foot here that they're once again going to actually invest a lot into.
Force buy.
There's 4 Mac 10s here. I feel like we're just going to see a banana rush here.
Yeah, 2 nades, lots of flashes. Definitely
some smoke for the mollies. Yeah, I think that's actually what we're seeing. Yeah, those deep mollies are actually going to bite them now. EJR just trapped in the corner, cannot get anything here. And Apollo just caught in the opener on CT. B side is open for business, and they're just going to get a free plant. They're going to be able to set up some really good post plants right now. And just going to be on such a terrible time here. There's going to be 2 coming for banana here. Aiden and Slush trying to hold it back, but it's going to be a lot of kills that are needed in very quick succession for this to follow through. He needs to start with 1, as Aiden is going to take out Togatron, but takes a lot in the process.
Yeah, Crisp gets one back. Crisp and Aiden. Oh, Fnatic manages to catch him. Now they're locking CT.
Yeah, these post-plant positions were really good from the side of UCC. Just going off the back of these lesser weapons, they're able to they even upgrade to a couple of AKs if they can stay alive. They can get the kills out. Yeah, they lose that Mac 10 at the end of the bomb, but yeah.
Still, look at the money.
Yeah, they've just turned it around completely.
Valve, please fix.
Yeah, the economy is really...
It's rough. Because you're forced into these force buys pretty much every round, because with MR12, every round feels like so much more. Yeah,
and the rolling loss bonus as well can be such a huge one as well, because if you can break them down and not let them build it up, the trades just are so difficult.
Yeah, absolutely.
Once again, the T's are just given so much room here based off the back of very little util, very little weaponry, but still Aiden is good for one here. Dragging it back, A side is just going to be torn apart though. The pistols, the scout, not able to get much value here. Chris trying to fight to survive. And they're going to be able to at least sit back and their teammates can maybe try to push something here. But this round is looking good for UCC. As the bomb goes down, they put a nice timer on the team. And I don't know, this isn't even a save scenario. You have a scout and 2 deagles. The best you can try to do is maybe get one of the weapons.
Yeah, if they can isolate this AK here, they are double peeking it. No.
The shots were not there. Not able to find any kind of contact. Not able to take out Thogatron, who gets the double at the end. It's now 4-4.
Yeah, and force buy for DCU Double Scope.
We're back with another force buy, boys.
This is a weird. Oh no, they're buying it for us. I thought they were going to go with 3 USPs. It was gonna be a crazy one.
Everyone doubted 2015 French CS, but it's back, baby. The force buys are here every single day of the week. That's a decade-old reference now.
That is a decade-old.
I feel really old. You know. Do you guys not remember watching? Do you guys not remember like Kenny S and Happy on Titan playing out games, guys? Oh God. I'm just gonna cry over here. Anyways, full banana control is gotten for UCC.
Yes. For Team France here, have gotten full banana control. Member of Team France wearing an Astralis jersey. You thought you'd never see that before.
No, it's...
Expect a member of Team Denmark to be
Dane
wearing a Vitality jersey.
Exactly, but right now, Slush
has
just pushed through, taken some control, and they're wait, just forgot he was there.
Oh God.
Looking away, they do take him out, but that is a 3K from him that just completely locks this round into such a different scenario here. The rotates are way off, but 20 seconds with no control of the site here. It's looking like UCC might just have to save if they're not going to take any kind of initiative. But pushing out of the balcony looks like it's going to have to be the order of the day. And Kaizi's just going to try to take fights that aren't even being given here. The plant is going to be gotten for free, though.
But you're giving so much respect to them.
Yes.
This is the round where you need to be throwing every flash, just fragging out. It's a 2v4. Yep. They should not be getting any kills or a bomb plant.
No, and they got themselves... I mean, 3 total. Slush gets taken out, but the 2 in the post plant, the bomb is allowed to get there. Kaizi just kind of sits. I know they're waiting for their team, but it's the situation where any delay would just stop the bomb plant. It had 8 seconds when he started the plant.
And now UCC are in a better position financially.
Yeah, they have enough to... They have an op with full util and full armor. They're having a great time.
Yeah, it's just...
And Crisp has a scout.
Crisp has... That's by choice.
Looking at his money, I don't think it was.
Born to scout, forced to op.
Born too poor to buy an op.
Capitalism, folks.
That's the...
You try to escape with your video games? Not today. Don't leave me hanging on that one. Don't,
I do.
Don't, after that
bad
joke, don't leave dead air after a joke that bad. Slush is dead. Let's come. Slush is dead.
Slush has been murdered, and you're laughing.
Oh my God! That's
EJR though goes for this aggressive peek, gets one, and Kaizi, well, completely blinded, gets thrown out. Aiden stuck in the molly, stuck for nothing, gets one for his trouble, but cannot keep it going. 3v2 now. Crisp needs to just sit back with the scout. That smoke is perfectly timed, but badly placed.
Needs to get.
As there is a huge gap. Now it's really about timing for so much of these. Especially if Chris is going to take that, especially if the peaks are coming through and Kaisi is going to win out a fight, but if you're Crisp, you just go and win it, it seems. It's not even, I don't think it's even planted for... Yeah, but he's still going to go for the fight here, needs to hopefully get it, but he cannot have the time, he doesn't have a kit in hand, I think. It might not be on the cards here. Yeah, you hear that high screeching beep, and you know it's over. So even though Crisp makes an absolute play out of it, nothing can be done here, as just a little bit too far off, especially with how much they had to peek into apps to be able to take that kill. But evened up now, UCC. So many of these rounds are just completely being thrown into the mix with, honestly, a little bit of DCU kind of fumbling a bit of the bag at times, but so far it's been a very back and forth here, and we're back to more force buys. Well, not even force buys, just pistols.
This game is complicated.
Look, Counter-Strike is complicated, man. But we are going to see. I think this is just going to be straight up UCC. You're going to realize that the B site is absolutely empty. Get the plant, get the round.
Is Fnatic going for a fast? Oh, Fnatic. Ignore me. You know what? Ignore me.
Fnatic is holding down the rear.
Fnatic is holding down the rear. In my head, Fnatic was a DCU player. So that was my confusion. I apologize, Fnatic. I'll never call you a dub again.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But for now, they're just going to be absolutely pushed upon by pistols. It's like a scout without a scope.
My other scout is a deagle. That's what the joke.
And for now, they're just going to try to get more damage, more kills. Crisp, do not go towards the bomb. The bomb will kill you.
Delivers an AK to him, though.
Yeah. Gift wrapped and everything. 2 AKs surviving on that. They really want to get this evened up here. You know, they're on the Inferno CT side. You desperately want to try to keep it as close as possible. But the T's, UCC, they have been really doing well with getting these plants and being able to set up situations in the latter stage of this half.
Yeah, and like I think that they are sort of learning each other, both teams here, because earlier on in the half, DC would be going for that. They'd be running in there, trying to get a ninja defuse, trying to do anything. Much more disciplined in that route. But Kaisi catches one of the players, but really confused here from DCU. They don't know where this is going to end up, but it does look like it's going to be an arch wrap, perhaps. I hardly go to go apartments with it. No,
they're just. I think it's just straight up a full-on short take. Get the pick on B and commit over here, which is actually a right play because they were stacking 3 there, and now Aiden taken out. Site cleared up. Slush though gets a great timing, but the bomb does get planted here. So that is huge. Slush opens it up so much. It's just Fnatic left alone. The bomb being planted does give them so much more leeway here, but they do not have much idea where anyone is. They know the one is long after seeing that flash, and now just having to sit back and wait. Doubling up here though is a really good. We're gonna see DCU just try to take it back, try to push it forward. As Fnatic is in a great spot here. Holds for one, takes the other as well. Doubles up, gets a 7-5 half for UCC, and that is really, really good, given how it was maybe starting the force buy wars looking like a bit of a struggle at times, but sticking the landing at the end with the 3 in a row.
Yeah, we're straight into the second half here. Or not.
Well, we're not straight into
we were going to be.
We were going
CT
to be, and then there was yeah, definitely good to take a moment there, especially after a very chaotic round that looked like it should have been definite for them, and then Slush gets a triple, so could be just to calm down, also just to get some calls, figure out exactly if they want to make any kind of plays, especially on the pistol, if they want to maybe triple up B or go for any kind of heavy U-tilt.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't watch a demo. Don't know the teams. Don't know what they're going to go for. It's
I think they're college.
They could just run at each other. Could be a knife fight mid. Who knows? But it's going to be a
could be
deep
anything.
here.
It is, but they're going for the early stack towards B for the side of UCC here, which could be good or could be the wrong gamble. And right now, everyone is making their way towards A4 DCU.
They have so much info.
Gunning their way down, trying to take some long control, getting a little bit of fight going on. Actually, the CTs are ahead. Goober and KaiZ getting themselves one each. And now ticking time. Arch is going to be tried to wrap upon, and 3 kills in quick succession as Apollo doubles up. Slush gets 1, and now it is just left on Fnatic. They clutched it out last time in the 1v2, but the 1v3 might be a little bit much. They do have a kit, though, so time is going to be nicely on their side if they want to. If they do get the chance to fight for it.
Here.
Yeah, they think someone is sitting back in CT, but it's just going to be nothing at all, and Aiden just taps through, hits the head, and that is going to be 7-6 now. UCC not able to push this lead any bit further, and DCU can now buy up, push for, definitely try for a 7th here with the CTs not having that much money and looking like they're not going to force.
Yeah, I think the best call here would be to just do a fast play, whether it be A or B, and just overwhelm those pistols. Because UCC, if you give them too much time, they're just gonna get these sneaky positions, and it's not gonna be a guaranteed round then.
And now they're taking it slow here, but they're heavily stacking. I mean, one of the players not taking it slow here as Apollo runs on through. The rest of them just sitting back here, but space has been taken. Apartments is under control. They have the man advantage on top of the weapons. They're actually going to redirect it here. Taking their fights towards B, where EJR is going to be good for 1. And looks like that is going to be all there really is for the side of UCC as they get taken out. Bomb's going to be planted, and the 4v1 with the dualies in hand might be a bit of a tall task.
He has 2 guns though.
2 guns, only 4 people. 1 gun per 2 people.
That's maths. I don't think they're even going to give him the respect of letting him onto the site. Crisp hits him for 81 damage. They wrap around him.
And the Mac 10s. Yeah, a lot of Mac 10 kills, a lot of economy just absolutely decimated with, so gonna be huge for them to be able to build that up.
Yeah, trying to avoid a repeat of the first half, yeah.
Yeah, we saw that really lead into just so much back and forth here, but if they can set themselves up with a strong economy, even if they do lose out a round here, they have enough that they can invest next round for a nice bit. But trying to push it forward with all this util, heavy control, trying to be pushed towards second mid right now. Just taking as much of that control as they can right now.
There's no fear here. Just spray into those smokes. You know there's weaker guns behind them. Exactly. Apollo and short. Now they're all bundled together in the apartments. Fnatic could just end them all right here.
Exactly, and we're gonna see them try to pull some of the players away. Damage being dealt as well.
Oh no!
Headshot damage. Oh, the nade is gonna actually force them to be tucked back a bit. That smoke's gonna not linger long, but Crisp is good for 1, and they're just gonna swarm now. They had the position, they had the setup here, but they were waiting for KaiZ to be able to push on it, and now it's gonna be good for 1, and can only get the 1 Crisp, not brought down to 0. Low HP, but still alive. Now the retake has to come in, and Hogatron is in a good spot in library, trying to wait it out, but waiting for his teammate who's way back in mid here. It looks like it could just be a save here. They don't have kits, they don't have control here.
I just look
for some HPs on 2 players.
Unconfirmed damage. It loses more rounds than you think.
Yeah, they should die to the bomb if they're playing a far enough back hold on this, but going to be difficult otherwise. Slush taken out. EGR is good for the trade back though.
No gun.
That's all they're going to get here. Still though, round is in the bag. DCU get themselves an 8th and a lead. I think that's the first time they've had the lead since winning the first round. Well, the first and second.
First 2 round, yeah.
And now full buy going to come in. They upgrade all those Mac 10s they lost are going to turn into AKs, and they're going to buy up the AWP for Crisp.
See how he can do with the big green. No,
I've
been hyping him up, but better not embarrass me.
Well, no one is peeking down mid. For now, they're all just sitting back between long and short. Still, though, holding a lot of control here, the CTs here. Holding close towards short and long. Taking that banana control initiative. Even having some apartment control that is relinquished a bit. But overall, they're holding very proactively, trying to go for these fights, which is going to lead to a trade here. DRLX gets that back. So down to a 4v4. Turns that MP9 into an M4. Now the T's are still just corralled over towards mid, trying to make a decision and try to figure out where they want to choose as the end point here.
And I think that looks like they're going to be walking into a stacked site.
Yeah, smoke down towards long. Try to force Kaizi out of the round. It is still a lesser weaponry, but the MP9s could do work here. A straight deagle shot could be the death of someone, but no, walking into it, Goober. Gets one pulled back here. 3 versus 4, and this side is going to be a difficult one to take if they just do not push it back. Goober's still fighting, still going. 3 in the round so far. And now it's just 1 left. It's just Aiden, and you're just swinging around peeking, and you're going to take that with the MP9, and that is a heartbreaking round to lose. A 4K from an MP9, you're making literally so much profit off of that gun, and he turns it into an AK, and they even back up the rounds.
Yeah, turning that like weaker buy into infinite money. Why doesn't every team do that? Just get 4 kills with a Mac with MP9.
Yeah, it costs $12.50, get 2,400. Also upgraded into an AK that you can't buy. Yeah, no, that sounds like that's a good deal in my book.
Stay out of the deal.
We're now going to see half investment. They're just going for some pistols. They're not going for anything too aggressive here. Just trying to play for next round's buy. UCC trying to take back this lead, and they're in a great position to do it with the recovered weapons, full util, everything in the book. But it's going to be apartments that is tested. Fnatic going to be a lone fighter towards here. Goes to the 1. Keeps going as well. There's no armor, nothing that good for 3. Maybe they'll get the gun, but now it's going to be struggling, especially with a Molly and Apollo. Gets stuck in the flames, burns down, running back. So that's really good from Goober. That util just forces them to have to relinquish the control. And now trying to fight back and just take this round without any more casualties.
Yeah, and Slush getting chipped down. No armor. These wall bangs are just brutal. Kaizi catches him with the AWP. Apollo really should be sitting here with this M4. He can drop over an AK to his teammates. He has head armor. But it's going to be a rough couple of rounds coming out from them now. It's the Force by Wars, except they've already been won. He's been spotted by Goober. Goober, get another 4K. There's only 1 guy left. Kill him 4 times.
Do it.
You know, he killed him once. Good enough.
Yeah, close enough. Yeah, Fnatic wasn't able to follow in the footsteps. Only good for the 3. But 9 to 8. Taking it nicely. Building up a really, really good economy. Goober at nearly 8K. But now we're going to see some purchasing. We're going to see DCU picking themselves up. Full rifles here. Maybe not as much util. One of them is Galil, but that's still going to be a good opportunity to at least take some fights, go for it. And we're going to see Apollo bursting forward, trying to take some of these fights here, holding close, and actually gets the control of Banana off the back of this.
Yeah, trading Banana for 27 HP. Another great trade.
The art of the deal.
The art of the deal. Ooh, Fnatic caught with Molly in hand. Molly worked, he still got the control.
Yeah, it looked like maybe you're going to get taken for that, but no. And now sitting back, they've given up apartments, they've given up Banana. So now there's so much control that DCU can run with.
All the question of where and when.
I'm popping the apartment lurk smoke. I don't know what Fnatic's intention was with that smoke.
Didn't matter because his head got clicked.
Came back to him like a boomerang.
How is he getting caught by that Galil? Is that'll be an interesting retake here.
Off the back of that is absolutely huge here. Uber now has been able to recover this op, and actually good for one, but sitting back out of bullets, he needs to reload, and already so much time is ticked down on this, so it's looking like I don't even think it's a fightable chance here. Colgatron's trying for their life to spray all the way down long from Moto to pit and could not find anything, and just trying to save now, keep their guns alive, especially the op.
They're so close to the site, surely they just get overrun here.
There, maybe that CT kill, they can turn their eyes around, and the timer ticks down. 9-9 here. Every time one team gets a little bit ahead, it just goes back and forth here. Now it's just trading rounds, not even force buys, because both sides have been able to fully invest it once again.
Yeah, I think like some real impact plays here. It seems every round is another player's MVP. They're taking turns here. Great showing across the board. Heisey finally takes that deep mid pick. He's been holding second mid this whole second half. Finally gets that. Throws him off guard. Great shot by Apollo.
Yeah, fighting and Banana just going off here. So much util being traded, so much blindness to those flashes. But for now, actually, they keep even men a lot of damage traded, but they have Banana control. They forced to rotate out, so try to work with that and see if they can get any other control somewhere else. Maybe formulate something with their Banana presence, or their apartment's presence, and keep some of that mid. Now EJR fighting against Fnatic, and actually he's going to take it out. Instantly positioning, throwing out the Balk Lurk smoke.
Look, it's drawn two players away from the B site. Now the question is, how long will they stay there before they realize it's just a fake? Ooh, Kaisi gets caught.
It sells the fake if you just keep killing them. The Lurk becomes just the round winner, it feels like at this point, but it's going to be all up to Dogpatch to be able to stop the real play. And go up against the Swarm. Apollo just peeks out, takes it out, and EJR is even just going to triple up on the rounds to take that. That is just so many picks being thrown around. EJR picking apartments, pick along long, and then the last one, so much value from that Lurk play.
He calling a timeout. I wonder what it's like in their camp right now. Real hectic rounds, real high-octane plays is how I describe how these guys are playing right now. But need to come together and string together some rounds.
Exactly. Early rounds have so much chaos in them, and it usually is fairly back and forth, and even in terms of what has gotten to maybe some map control taken. But even men, and then it's just those kind of picks have been falling in favor of DCU the last couple of rounds, especially towards the apartments. That last round having huge presence from EJR, and now just seeing what they can do this time around. And we are going to be seeing a little bit of difficulty. They have 4 rifles, but hands of Togatron just going to have a Desert Eagle. So if we're just looking purely on the caliber of weaponry, it's seeming like DCU should be able to take an 11 and put the really, really heavy pressure onto UCC, but have to see exactly how it plays out. Maybe that Deagle is going to be the exact cure to what's going on here. Maybe you could just take a head off of one of the players of Banana.
That's very possible with how he's playing. All these players are playing. Never know.
It definitely could be anything. But once again, EJR going to pick off Fnatic in the apartments. But Kaizi gets it back, taking out Aiden, just spamming through the smoke. So 4v4 is still going to be set in. And that's a rifle down, so does make that lesser weaponry kind of shine, is it, once again, because the Desert Eagle is still going to have to be utilized and cannot recover a weapon. Great from Kaizi to take another one as well. EGR cannot lurk and just win out the round this time. The presence is going to be thrown towards Banana. Apollo is good for the first one. And now Togatron to be tested. Going to go for the rifle, the Desert Eagle. Not going to finish out. And Plant should come down and put them on a timer, especially with that heavy, heavy smoke towards Cathedral. Oh,
Isaac catches another one through the smoke.
Yeah, really, really good so far. Keeping it going as well, going even further. Fighting for life. They've got a 4K so far, but they're not going to be there for the ace. But they do really, really just cinch the round into the hands of the side of UCC as the bomb gets defused. Togatron just staying alive for so long, keeping the presence.
Yeah, it's just that respect and that fear.
Kaizi just cleaning up all across the all across the map, getting in a couple towards A, and then once the retake has to start, makes it look easy. So 10-10 even once again. Both these teams really showing a lot of individual prowess. It's really been a lot of those kind of plays, a lot of 3Ks, 4Ks where we're seeing.
The chat messages are not true.
Like, how could they do that? How could they do that? Anyways, the round is over basically.
Yeah, I got distracted.
I think so too to DCU based on how this round has gone.
Going
for the heavy fight. And now this is exactly what you called them for. This is where you said, you know, Crisp. It's a 1v4. He doesn't even need to get all 5. This is exactly the round to do it. Scout in hand. He does have no control of his own Banana. But for now, just fighting it out. Jump spot coming in.
Oh.
Clean little headshot there, able to recover themselves into an AK off the back of that no scope. But now maybe they could do something here. They're aware of some more. They're aware of some of the more players. 25 seconds. Now just needs to make a little bit of a decision here. Doesn't matter who you come up against. You're one bullet away from death no matter what here, and it's going to be the op here. So a missed shot could be everything, and it is going to be the case as Kaizi doesn't hit it, doesn't take it, and now Crisp is in the 3v1. Oh, 3v1 there, turning the 4v1 into a 1v1. Gets the bomb plant. Gonna try to find a good position here. As Goober. They've had some really good moments here, but they need to stop the bleeding right now, as they're both going to be coming up against one another in the construction position. And it's all about who hits the shot, and Crisp doesn't take a bullet, takes the head off of him, and DCU turn that around. A 1v4 clutch from a scout with no armor.
What a round.
Dude, you're that is the perfect time to call attack timeout.
Calm down.
The adrenaline that's going through your body after turning that whole situation.
What the hell? What did we just watch?
I'm still trying to comprehend it. I think they are too. as now it's looking like DCU, they're going to huge spot to do something here. Both sides were really stacked into a position where whoever won the round was going to be set for a really heavy push towards victory, and it's looking like that is going to be the case, as the investment from UCC is going to have to just be some pistols, some MP9s versus the whole plethora of AKs and Galil that DCU can now bring forward.
Yeah, just last-ditch attempt to keep them off map point. Banana keep for top banana. Holding them back. No more smoke though, so once this fades, they can just walk into the site.
Exactly, so much util still on their side. Getting so much of this presence. Like, they themselves have 5 smokes to run with. They're going to throw the first one into CT. And now just going to start to clear up a lot of this location. Flash in, try to take some aggro. Make some of the contact here. Now that they know, try to figure out exactly what they want to do here. They have pulled a rotate. So they do have some options still. There's a minute left on the clock here. Oh, but the presence. Fnatic gonna not get caught as Slush has tried to be flashed in, but is not gonna be able to get as much value as they want. So pushing towards B is gonna be the end of it. Getting forward, util thrown, smokes and molly's gonna force out the CTs. Bomb's gonna be planted here. But now the damage is being done. They're turning some of that damage through the smokes. Spam is great. The AK is recovered, so there is a huge opportunity here. They just need to be ready to stop some of these kills. Crisp, good for 1 though to start. Takes out KaiZ. 4 versus 4 as the kills are going to rain on through. It's still the T's though finding these advantages without any util, without anything to be able to push with. The CTs are just going to be walking into firing ranges here, and it's going to be up to some trades, and they are going to be good for some of them, but the man advantage is going to be led for the side of DCU, as they are now up to match point on this 12-10 position here, with a buy still capable from UCC, but it is limited in the util.
Yeah, it's going to be a last-ditch effort here. They're going to have to throw everything and the kitchen sink at DCU to try and avoid losing the first map here.
Though, to be able to pick up 2 players and completely force them against the wall. They're trying to regroup. They're trying to redirect themselves a little bit towards the apartments. That's what we're gonna see.
EJR not respecting the smoke at all. He's been catching Fnatic here pretty much every round.
Now waiting to see exactly what it can bring. He's gonna be pushing forward. Actually, yeah. Going to take that fight. Fnatic is going to be able to trade it back.
Huge trade there. Keep that man advantage. Hopefully keep them within 1 round here. Those players coming up short together. It's down to Fnatic.
But now it's 2 here. They know what Fnatic is. That flash going to try to force them back, but the shots are just not there. Crisp and Slush not able to find the shots, and now going to be struggling here. That Molly's not it. The util's not even going to force him back, and now Fnatic is in a great spot to try to find this out, but he's still just looking for where to take these fights, and Slush, it takes the 2 at the end of the game. It was looking so close, and it was looking like Fnatic should have been able to cinch that, but turns that around. So close to just turn on a dime to take the 2. Oh, I'm all lonely over here. Oh,
yeah, I'm back. I'm back. My cam broke right before we went back to cams. It's okay.
It's okay. We're safe. We're safe.
You didn't have to miss me.
But that was such a back and forth affair. You know, you can say that there was some fumbles in there, but the amount of high kill rounds we saw, you know, a few 4Ks. We saw Crisp with a 1v4 with a scout, absolutely insane to be able to pull that, and that basically put the nail in the coffin for the game. which is completely insane here. Yeah. But that is going to be Inferno off the table. But that is going the way of DCU. The second map we are going to be seeing. It's going well over there.
Yeah, this is classic.
But the second map we're going to be going to is going to be Mirage. We are going to be going to a short little break before we get there. So we shall see you in just a moment, but stay tuned. And we're back with map number 2, Mirage on the cards. UCC are going to be on the CT side, and DCU are going to be on the T side. And we're going to see exactly what they're going to bring. Putting heavy player just to start over towards B and mid. Could be going for a split, but for now it's going to be silent. Slow, but bullets are still going to fly as EJR through mid takes that one, and that's going to completely slow everything down here. The CTs are going to struggle, but Fnatic, even through that, going to take Apollo out. And this position is really, really good right now. Not being able to be checked for a moment, but forced forward. Crisp and Slush get themselves some kills. This smoke wall on the window and the door and on short is going to lead to so much trouble here, especially now that it's just in the 1v4. We've seen some clutches come through here, but this pistol would need to be absolutely miraculous. But it has to start with some headshots nonetheless as Togatron up against the wall here. And
catches one.
The shots might be slow. But no, they get the one before getting taken out there. DCU off the back of that very, very nice win on Inferno 13-10. They're going to keep that going, keep that momentum shifted as they take the pistol and get themselves onto this second round by some MAC-10, some Galils, a lot of util. And it looks like a nade stack might be what they're going for the side of UCC, but there's going to be no one to be found for the nades to find. And now just keeping it similar to what they were going with on the pistol, this heavy mid and B presence, which is going to lead to the pistols getting the flank on them, but USPs are not really the best thing to be able to fight it out, especially without the armor, as we see Crisp take one. Togatron is going to be able to actually take out Slush, who had a Galil. So we're seeing a little bit of structure come through. And I mean, if you could try to stay alive with this Galil, if you can keep something here, but it's going to be a struggle. No armor, you have all the aim punch in the world, but Apollo cannot convert. Now just saving it out, just sitting back. The bomb is going to go off. DCU are going to take the round here, but a nice bit to save. Going to mean they don't have to expend as much. Could be able to get a little bit less strain on the economy, a bit more maybe util on the hand. As now DCU going to buy up the weapons they lost, get back on track, and try to just take it over quickly. Don't want the game to be the same situation as before, where it's back and forth and back and forth. They set up moving it around this time, putting a lot more presence towards A compared to what they did in the first two.
Yeah, definitely leaning away from that default now. Hoping to catch them out with this. I won't call it a sneaky play. Definitely a different one.
Keeping it slow, no presence anywhere else as well. So any kind of proactivity from the CTs would really get a lot of info here, but they're sticking back, not trying to give up anything, and now the smoke's going to bloom, the time is going to be taken here, as we are going to see some fighting going on. Goober, good for one, but taken out here. The CT smoke is not thrown though, so it opened up. Kaiser is able to get one, just spamming with that scout. And now 3v3, bomb is planted.
Surely the call here is to go for a save, just fall back. Oh, especially with that extra nade damage.
Yeah, the util is not there. The kit that was on Fnatic is now dropped in CT, so they're on a terrible, terrible timer. And unless something amazing can come through, it's going to be just too much to handle here. Togatron's going to be good for one with that Galil, but that is going to be it here, so... Yeah, definitely a save could have been seen on the cards there, but they're not going to commit to that. They're going to go down 3-0 for DCU now, and really shifting it towards a very, very dominant start here, especially now that the money is going to be broken for the side of UCC after that buy-up. Five Deagles in hand. They're just going to play it out standard default CT setup themselves, sitting back, whereas the side of DCU going to push themselves forward, try to take as much space as possible. Aiden running through short is going to take out one, and now trying to push further. Knows one's the bench, just fighting it out. Can't get the shots to connect fully here, but making control, taking the kills. So B-side is theirs. They should be able to get a plant off. And these Deagles are going to struggle. As I say that, they get another one in. Cooper's going to take a head off of EJR and maybe make this nice and competitive and make it even worse. Keeps going, slushes down. It's still the 2v3. Still a post-plant situation here. The recovered weapons are still going to be struggling with this time ticking down. But maybe there's something here.
Yeah, if Crisp if they can get a timing here to catch Crisp. Oh, he misses the shot as he's pushing in.
Aiden's not even needed for a moment here. Going for the fight though. The timer has ticked down too low. There's no kits on hand, so for now, Goober gonna just take the 3K they've been gotten. Take that AK and just recover it back. Still great damage dealt, but 4-0 start for DCU is a really good omen to begin it off. But Goober, we've seen some really nice moments for them, some good multi-kills there, and not showing any different once we're here now on Mirage.
Yeah, definitely it was a great side take. Incredible post plant. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, Crisp just sitting down like a sentry. Put that up. Good for the two before getting taken out here. And now this time, putting a good amount of presence towards mid and actually taking out IZ. Really good for that. And they're just going to keep pushing it forward. Uber on A has no chance. And they're just going to fight for some trades here as Fnatic taken out. 4v2. Just two left. Togatron is none the wiser to EGR, who's made their way into the smoke on window. And now just one left already. We're barely 30 seconds into the round. And it's already set in stone with DRLX waiting in apartments here. And it looks like they're just going to have to go for a save with nothing else really left to go for.
Yeah, I mean, God, it's just one round after another. Definitely a more lopsided affair than the start of our last game. The real question is, will this go on? Will they continue to expand this lead?
We're going to need to see some kind of shift from the side of UCC for that to come through, and a timeout is going to be off the back of it. They have the full loss bonus, they have a saved weapon. They should be able to get some kind of buy here if they want to go for it here with the amount of money across the board. But this timeout is going to be the perfect time to discuss it, figure out what they want to do, create some kind of game plan. As DCU, they have a good economy, still kept a bit honest with a lot of the kills they've been losing out on, but 5-0 start is going to be an absolute dream for them, especially after the tumultuous first game that they eventually won out. And now it's going to actually be a half investment here. So they're going to go for round 7 to be the one where they get a full investment, a full buy. For round 6, we're seeing a couple MP9s, the M4, the FAMAS, and a Deagle just on Kaizi.
Yeah, but these half buys were working great on the last map. Just wondering where that's all gone to now.
Exactly. It seems like mid is a huge problem currently. It's where all the success from UCC really, or DCU, is stemming from. They're getting so much control of it for free. Being able to do the spawn mid smoke makes life so difficult if you don't have some kind of procedure, if you don't have some kind of protocol for what to do when it does get dropped. And now it's going to be a struggle, but KaiZ in the smoke spams out EJR, trying to break out through it.
Now he's got an AK, and Fnatic's pushing the smoke.
It's a difficult one here. He still does the window.
Oh my god.
Trades come through crisp, trying to make their way up the ladder, but taken out here. The op is now in hand. But bomb is going to go down. Post plant is going to be set up here, and they actually are a little bit further back, so there's so much time on the clock now to try to push forward. They just need to hope and wait. CT though, they need to be ready for every single direction to come through. Is going to hold these post plants.
Brutal, but DRLX and Fnatic, they catch them both. Because he wasn't even needed.
No, set up a good position here, but didn't even need to fall back onto it now. As they're going to be able to recover all these weapons, they're going to be able to get their first round on the board. 5-1 now, still in favor of DCU, but UCC are on the board. Got themselves a really good buy because that was only half investment, and now putting a little bit of pressure over towards DCU here as they get them to finally dip into that money they've been able to accrue.
Yeah, definitely. The economy can fall apart so quickly, though, especially when you've been building rounds like that, and some of them have come pretty close. So this is their opportunity to bring this back. But running through the molly, Slush catches Kaizi moving over towards Connector.
Yeah,
Uber
change of pace, change of game plan. Yeah, they're going from these slow defaults to now just a full 5-man push towards A. It's going to be good for the first one, and good to be able to at least take control of the site area. And actually going to be good for these kills as well, but the CT smoke... Yeah, CT smoked off, and Fnatic's just going to be stuck behind it here. So plant comes through. 4v3, and they're setting up some strong post plants here with heavy presence towards ramp. As now, I think Aiden just kind of slipped through. Yeah, Fnatic sitting in the corner slips the net. But now they have so much info. I think off that double peek through CT, everything is found out. Thogatron and DRLX, they're going to have to be forced back. They're going to need to try to go for the save if they're even allowed to get to that position, as EJR holds for the run by. And now this op is going to be in for a world of hurt if they go for him, but actually it's going to be given that foot re-range to save. So in terms of economy, UCC are going to be able to stay alive and get themselves another investment in for round 8. But it's still 6 on the board for DCU. They already have themselves an even half, and going to push even further to try to take that in the next 5 rounds.
Yeah, it could be. I don't see it this ending in 6-6 half. I will be honest with you. All respect.
I can definitely see some power go through, but not if that's where it's going to start off. Thogatron wants to beat the smoke, beat that spawn window smoke that has become so prevalent. Gets taken out for their trouble. But Kaizi makes it for themselves. Either side is completely just thrown respect out the picture, as we see EGR just walking up, takes the head off the short player, walks their way through their own con smoke, I think, and now going to take out Goober as well. B-side should be free. EGR running forward, trying to throw a little pop flash themselves. 3 versus 2. Now, they've cleared outside. They know that no one is around. Kaizi can be forced to run it back, reload the op, and wait for backup to come around as the bomb should be planted. Nice and easy in a moment. Yeah, waiting was maybe there for a second, and then running was the better of the 2 options, it seems. DRLX all alone. It's a 1v3, doesn't have a kid on hand. And just going to concede it out. That's going to be 7 for DCU here. Last round they had so much to work with that the save was going to help them out. Now they really, really need that money. They have the full loss bonus. But when you invest everything, 3,400 is not enough for the CTs. Yeah, really shifting towards a lot of this. EJR has been an absolute monster. I think just playing for these entries, playing off of a lot of confidence, and it's really working here. Once they have just the kind of power, once the aim is hitting, once the blood is flowing, it really has gone forward, and they're utilizing the fact that they are able to find these timings, find these moments, and just disrespect a lot of what UCC are trying to throw at them. So 7-1, the scoreline is showing just how strong they've been, how much that first map win has hyped them up, and how much they were ready for Mirage.
Yeah, and I mean, this is going to be the last good buy from UCC here if they don't win this round.
EJR gets a double kill already. One of them is on his teammate.
He's just that good.
He's so good getting multi kills in the round.
He's going for a 6.
Trades. It's kind of a trade by proxy.
Yeah, he's just giving him a chance.
Exactly. 4v3 though, still man advantage in the way for the DCU Double Scoped. And we're seeing the CTs are going to actually shift a lot of their weight. These rotates heavily going to try to take some of the presence back on A, which is where a lot of the side of DCU are consolidating, but they need to be able to find some kind of pick off of this, and it is going to actually be Goober to take it out. EJR cannot keep what they've been doing going forward here. Turns that M4 into an AK and hoping to turn this into a round win. Trades galore, 2v2 now. Good positioning though. They're able to double it, they're able to set up here, and Goober actually tapping through the smoke, almost takes out Chris. Plant is going to be able to be thrown default.
Ooh, nice shot from Aiden.
But Aiden, yeah.
Here's Goober coming CT here. He's going to be ready for it. Not ready
Only
enough.
so ready.
The way Goober's been playing, you can only be so ready. He's been a real shining light here for UCC.
Exactly. Oh, and Crisp just going to throw the step forward. Try to fake him out, and the timer is ticking. He doesn't have a kit. So this is actually going to be a DC round. And even on top of that, Crisp takes the kill to just put the cherry on top. 8-1. And they should be able to get a buy once again. Every single round is just kind of a consolation buy for UCC here. That full loss bonus means that you can almost certainly a lot of the rounds get kind of a full buy. You're like, I can get a rifle, usually a good amount of armor, maybe a piece of utility, but it's never quite as much as you really want to be able to try to run through. It's almost like a fool's gold where you're like, it's just enough.
Yeah, you're
to be able to buy, but not enough for the round.
Or missing your armor or something like that. And EJR, he's just missing his shots. But he does manage to pick up the RLX.
Yeah, eventually cleans it up. 4v3.
Goober again, catching more.
Yeah, Goober's been, even through this, has been just shining through. They're the one that got them their first round as well. And now keeping it going. That individual performance has been good, even if they haven't been able to get the rounds. And now this 3v4 needs to be an absolute stellar performance here. 1-for-1 right now. They know 2 of them are in CT. And they're figuring out where the rest are, but they're falling at that same rate here as we are just going to see Thogatron. They have the op. But they're
EJR
honed in.
I'd like to apologize to EJR. I did not understand his game.
No, I was not familiar with your game, EJR. 174 ADR, 10 rounds in. Yeah, you're fine, man. Yeah.
When you whiffed 29 out of your 30 shots on your first kill there, I thought you were washed.
Clearly missed. 7 to 10. Gotta bring out a good old copy pass, man.
Rest in peace, he fell. Slush catches out DRLX here, trying to get it underneath Palace there, but Isaac is spamming out from underpass. Just him against his off.
Oh. Every single trade back just comes with another little bit of damage, a little bit of chip, or another bit of death here as EJR once again gets a 3K just to top it all off. Every time you mention him, the kill score gets higher. Now we're on 10-1 here.
I did say it was not going to be a 6-6 half. I did say that.
You did in fact say that, and from looking at it,
it was a real difficult prediction to make at 6-1.
At 6-1.
That's the analysis I'm known for. Even trades.
Even trade and really good even trades here because now they've actually taken that mid control here. There was a little bit of, I think, just back and forth fumbling over there towards the back of T spawn. But the CTs are able to capitalize, take out Slush, even up the players, take that rifle, and now maybe turn it into something for now. But the T's are still spread out so much. They're actually still going to be able to pull off a lot here. You see some fighting going on towards mid Apollo and Fnatic. Neither of them going to best one another, but still trading off a lot of that power. Goober goes in for seconds here, doubling up where his teammate was not able to find success. But still, control is still waiting to be gotten. 45 seconds now. Goober taken out by EJR, who's just holding down this lurk position here, doing what they did on Inferno really well on that T side. They might get taken out, but I think that they've at least drawn a lot of attention that the rotates were starting to come on through. That they're now able to try to push this forward. Fnatic good for one, but that is going to be it. But the cavalry has come round. The Kai Z has come for the double up. And they get a 10-2 half in the end. So, you know, something to maybe strive for, especially if they can get the pistol.
Think about it like this. ECU won 10 rounds in the first half. Maybe UCC can win 10 rounds in the second half. The odds aren't high.
I like your hope. I like your hope.
Those odds. If I was a betting man, I wouldn't be betting on UCC to be winning this. But we've seen it happen. I think probably. I'm sure someone's done it.
It reminds me of I remember the little clip of like I think it's Fallen at one of the summit lands.
Oh
it's
yeah.
Like, we were down 15-3 back when we were MR 15, 15-3, and I said, guys, if we're really good, we can win this out. We can come back. Did you? No, we lost 16-3. And that's how it feels somewhat. But back and forth, I say back and forth, but now the CTs have come to play. DCU, Slush, and Crisp getting a nice bit of picks here. Are going to actually get overwhelmed nicely here as Crisps cannot find any more. The plant is going to start to come on through, and Togatron's going to actually take him out. So UCC bringing some of that power that they wanted to.
Alive.
Oh, for sure not. That was a battle.
What's going on? I don't understand.
That was definitely something. This game makes
what
no
happened
sense,
to
man.
the game I love?
It's not what it used to be, man. Aiden all alone though, 1v3, trying to fight for something here. Togatron peaks by triple, takes him out. 10-3 here. They 2 rounds in a row. They get the last round of the first half, the first round of the second half, and now they can buy up. There's something there. There's a thread you can follow that you can see. There's only 7 rounds in it.
Seven rounds isn't that much. That's 14 minutes.
That's only 14 minutes, man.
It's only 14 minutes. I mean, stream's been
Dude,
live
we're
for
getting
a lot
another
longer.
We're getting another stack here, but I don't think this one is.
I don't see this one
gonna be able
working
to
out.
find. No, it's a lot more struggle, and we're going to see UCC put their presence over towards A. Just take the side out. Stack currently going to find nothing. I think the Mach 10 of Kaizi is going to hope to just go for the shooting gallery, go for a little bit of cash gaining.
Got some cinematic camera here on the stream.
Like ooh.
Observer does not know how to press shift. There we go.
Yeah, you can press shift in this. Dude, the only way to play this game is to sprint everywhere.
Fair. You're right. My mistake. It's like you know those like Smash local clips where they'll just be like there'll be 2 guys on commentary. So a guy will make a mistake, they'll cut to a break, and it'll be a different guy that. It goes to overtime. It's going to be Kurt and someone else. It's
it's like a stage show. They just pull them off with like the big cane thing.
the shepherd's hook.
Yeah,
The crook.
That's how we do things here. It is a brutal game here at IECS.
You're gonna rip my microphone from my cold, dead hands.
Yeah, your camera didn't actually fail. It was all
Yeah, no,
orchestrated.
I'm a clone. I'm a different guy.
You're a patsy, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's round 15. We have a full buy coming in from both sides here. Good conversion to be able to get the second. But now the CTs are actually struggling a little bit on that util. They've expended a lot here with little to show for it. The trade comes in here as they're trying to fight for A. Slush through the fire and flames is good for one of them. And Aiden as well is coming to back it up. 3v2. The bomb gets dropped, so it slows everything down here. And the site is still not taken here. As DRLX and Thogatron just stuck in Tetris and Palace, respectively.
Yeah, and the CT stroke is faded, faded, giving Chris space to get that kill, and now we're on to 11. Don't laugh at me. They'll take me away.
You know what happens.
I'm sorry. ICS, I'm sorry.
But now that is actually a huge shift in favor of DCU. I'm just going to brush over it.
Yeah,
huge shift for DCU here. It's an op on the hands of KaiZ, but the buy is just so up and down. We got 2 Mac 10s, an op, an AK, or 3 Mac 10s. Yeah, the third one has joined the fray.
A third Mac 10 has hit the stream.
For now, though, nothing is going to come. There's no follow-up.
There's no follow-up. I'm not setting you up for anything. That's where I can see the
set me up to fail. Fnatic is going to get taken out. That auto shotty from Sludge peeking on through ramp takes one. The rest of the players, though, are going to be holding their way towards B. But there's no value has been gotten yet. No peeking is coming on towards that side of the map. They do have such a good mid presence here, though. And it's just so slow. 40 seconds left. They're going to get some smokes down. They're going to get some of this util dropped. But sitting down back is going to be Slush with the auto shotty and the backup of EJR. It's going to just basically be an absolute slaughter fest here. It's just KaiZ left. They have the op in hand. Maybe try to run away, try to save it. But for now, nothing is gotten. And that peek from EJR is just going to take it away. And they should be able to recover that nice and easy. Well, actually, no, it's way too deep in the apartments. They don't get that up. But they get the round. 12-4. Match point in hand. They could get this nice 2-0 started for the season. They have eight attempts at it. That's a good few. And now 3 Mac 10s, 2 Tech 9s, and 1 round in it as DCU try to win it out here. Grouping up towards A here. Looking like that's going to be the end goal. We see one player peeking out towards Tetris. Runs right back in. Crisp takes out KaiZ. And it's just going to be a couple of trades out. Holding for that flank. Goober. It's a Mac 10. And turns it into an M4.
Trades, they can't retrieve the guns. They can't... Not much they can do.
No, just such a difficult situation. And it's only going to get worse here off the back of these pushes, and it's looking like time is limited. The game is no longer afoot, many would say. And Fnatic is all alone, catches a glimpse of the window player. Here's the steps behind him, and it's all just a ticking time bomb here as he needs to fight, takes out Apollo, but loses most of his HP in the process. 13-4 is looming, unless we can see something amazing.
Yeah, we said this before, and we saw something amazing. Fnatic not again.
Oh, out of bullets, so out of time, out of luck. EJR takes him out. The USP beats out the Glock with low HP. And DCU take it 2-0. 13-10 on Inferno. 13-4 here on Mirage. And it's looking good for Double Scope now off the back of that. It was, we had it slow enough. I'm just looking at the stat. EJR had 6 3Ks in that game.
Yeah.
That's a lot of those.
Just a highlight player. Just
yeah.
Every single round seemed like it was a highlight from him.
It really was.
MVP of the game, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Just completely dominated the second game. I think first game they had some amazing moments here, but it was so back and forth that it was kind of everyone taking a part of it. But the second game, he just took it in his hands, ran with it, literally just running down mid, running through A, whatever was working, and it was. That's it. Even the rounds where you're like, oh, I didn't do great. He gets a 1 kill, gets a 2K, gets something. But that is a huge start for DCU.
Even in map 1, the thing that he was a player that I noticed the most, simply because of the palace control he was getting every round on both sides. He was just winning. It was Fnatic, I think he was beating out when he was on the T side. And he was every single round he was beating out Fnatic. And he just brought that momentum into the second map.
Definitely, it was just such a good push up forward with it. It was such a heavy lurk style over on Inferno, always having that presence, as you're saying. But then the second map, just completely turning it into entry after entry after entry, and just playing it into that kind of star player role. But overall, really good from the side of DCU. UCC had some moments there, but when one player is popping off, it's absolutely insane to try to push forward. But I think that's going to be us for the night. But before we do, you got to thank our sponsors. Nice, low, wrong side below us. Trying to find them. It's mirrored. Thank you to Rerot, Dogpatch Labs, KOKA Noodles, Logitech, GG Machines, Play 8, and Powered by Native. So everyone on over here, we are thankful for our sponsors. We wouldn't be here without them. And yeah, that is going to be our week for the time being. The crook is coming for him. So next week, Alex will be gone.
We're getting rid of
Alex
me. I'm getting sacked. This is my last stream.
But that has been it for today for Ireland Esports Collegiate Series for Counter-Strike 2. We're gonna have some more games during the week. I think tomorrow we have Overwatch 2, which we've added to our docket of games. Yeah, Friday. I was talking. It's Friday. Overwatch is on. I'm just like, it's nice when we add games. But that is it from us at Counter-Strike 2. I've been Kurt, and you have been who have you been?
I've been Alex.
And for us on production has been Oro Blanco. So thank you to everyone, and have a good night.
Bye.
Say yes to a summer holiday in France and getting there with Stena Line. Early